Welcome to this explainer. I am so incredibly excited to have you, our focused learner, with us today. We are going to open up the beautiful illustrated pages of Professor Turtle's Magical Atlas to embark on a really fascinating journey. We're going to explore one of the absolute most foundational word families in the entire English language, the Latin root locus. Have you ever stopped and wondered why words like location, local, locate, allocate, dislocate, and locale all seem so deeply connected? Well, it's because they all grow from this one ancient root. We're going to systematically explore exactly how that works, and we'll be unlocking a massive web of vocabulary along the way. Okay, let's dive into our itinerary for today. Here's a quick look at the table of contents for our magical atlas. First, we'll meet locus. Second, we'll uncover the story of the root. Third, we'll tackle the big idea and its variants. Fourth, we'll map out hidden relatives and the family map. Fifth, we'll master some essential words. And finally, number 6, we'll unlock prefix power. We're going to meticulously cover every single concept here to build up your vocabulary. Let's start right at the basics. Meet the Latin root locus. It's pronounced locus. If you're looking at the International Phonetic Alphabet, or IPA, it's spelled out with a primary stress mark, LOU.KIS. And its plural form is loci, pronounced loci, with the IPA spelling of primary stress mark, LOU.SII. So what does locus actually mean? Well, the Latin word simply means place, location, position, spot, or site. Basically, think of it as where something is. And that brings us to our absolute most important root formula. Locus equals place. Whenever you see LOC, I want you to ask yourself, what place is this word talking about? That one simple question is your key to unlocking the meanings of dozens of advanced English words. To really understand the power of locus, we've got to look at where it came from. This root was born in classical Latin. The Romans used locus literally every single day when they were talking about places, homes, battlefields, meeting places, temples, cities, farms, positions, and locations on maps. To a Roman, every object, every person, and every event had its own locus. And today, the locus family is everywhere in modern academia. It's absolutely crucial in geography, biology, genetics, medicine, computer science, mathematics, architecture, law, linguistics, and literature. Hundreds of English words contain LOC, local, locate, or related forms. Some are just everyday words, but others are highly specialized terms used in spelling bees and tough academic competitions. All right, let's put your detective skills to the test right off the bat with a mini challenge. Which of these 3 words probably has something to do with place? Is it A, location, B, biology, or C, telescope? If you guessed A, location, you hit the nail on the head. Why? Because it contains our root, LOC. And here is a crucial spelling bee tip for you. Champion spellers don't just memorize words like location, local, allocate, and dislocate separately. That's way too hard. Instead, they remember the root formula. Locus equals place. Let's trace how this builds through history. Imagine traveling nearly 2,000 years into the past, right into the busy, stone-paved streets of ancient Rome. Picture walking through the city. Merchants are shouting and selling food, kids are playing in the streets, soldiers are marching toward the city gates. Everywhere you look, people are describing where things are. They're constantly asking things like, where's the market? Where's the temple? Or where's your home? And the answer almost always included our important word, locus, a place. Now, as Roman civilization spread, Latin became the dominant language of government, education, law, science, and religion across a huge chunk of Europe. Over time, French inherited many of these Latin words, and then English borrowed them. That is exactly why today we use words like local, locate, location, locale, allocation, and dislocation. They entered English centuries apart, but they all carry that exact same central idea of place. To really lock this into your brain, let's use a memory story. I want you to imagine carrying a magical golden map right in your hands. On this map, every glowing dot marks one special locus. Every dot represents a specific place. Every single modern loc family word grows from one of those glowing locations. So whenever you hear a loc word, I want you to picture a shining place on that magical map. Now, here's another mini challenge for you. If someone tells you to locate a hidden treasure, what are they actually asking you to find? Exactly. They're asking you to find its place. So the crucial point here is that every root has one powerful big idea. For locus, that big idea is place. Everything, and I mean everything, connects back to location. Imagine standing on top of a tall hill. Looking down, you see a school, a hospital, a library, a mountain, a river, a park, a museum, and a train station. Each one occupies its own specific place. That place is its locus. For a powerful visual memory, imagine a giant glowing map of the world, kind of like a massive puzzle. Every country, every city, every building, and every person has one glowing location. That glowing dot represents its locus. So here's your root formula reminder. Locus equals place. Always ask yourself, what place does this word describe? All right, my competitive learners, it's time for a word detective challenge. Can you predict the meaning of the words locate, local, relocate, and dislocate before we even formally learn them? Keep that root formula in mind. Locus equals place. Once you know the formula, it just clicks right into place, doesn't it? Locate is to find a place. Relocate is to move to a new place. You get the idea. You can already see the idea of place living inside these words. Now, Latin roots often change slightly as they travel through history. The spelling changes, but the meaning stays connected. Think of these 7 root variants as magical railway stations. First up, we have LOC, meaning place, which gives us locate, local, and locale. Second is locale, meaning relating to a place, which you'll see in phrases like local government, local history, and local library. Third is locate, meaning to find the place of something, like locate the treasure or locate the answer. Fourth is location, which means the place where something exists. Fifth is the original Latin form, locus, meaning place or position, which gets used especially in mathematics, genetics, law, and linguistics. Sixth is loci, the plural of locus, meaning several places or positions, often used in geometry, genetics, and neuroscience. And seventh is locale, meaning a particular place, especially one with its own atmosphere or character.
You know, you might be wondering, why on earth do spellings change at all? Well, languages evolve. As words travel through Latin to French to Middle English and finally land in modern English, their spellings naturally shift around. But the really beautiful thing is that the central idea remains perfectly intact: place. Here is a crucial spelling bee tip for you. Never ever memorize each spelling separately. That is way too much work. Instead, connect every single variation right back to the root formula. Locus equals place.
Champion spellers also know that roots love to wear clever disguises. Let's trace some of these hidden root relatives. Locus actually appears in quite a few forms. As LOC, we see it in locate, local, and location. As LOCA, we find it hidden in locale and location. As local, it disguises itself in localized, locality, and localization. As LOC8, it's hiding right there in locator, located, locating, relocate, dislocate, allocate, and allocation. As the pure locus, we see advanced scientific and legal uses like genetic locus, locus classicus, and locus standi. And finally, loci, the plural form, which is super common in advanced scientific writing. Now, what's really interesting about this is that there's a common trap we've got to watch out for. Imagine 2 magical doors. On one side, we have locus, meaning place. On the other side, we have the root locu, or locute, which means to speak. You absolutely must not confuse them. Examples of the speaking root include words like elocution, allocution, and interlocutor. Actually, scratch that. It's easy to see why people mix them up, because the spellings look extremely similar, but these words belong primarily to the Latin root locu, meaning to speak, not locus. Recognizing this exact distinction is a vital skill. So your word detective tip here is to always ask, does this word describe a place, or does it describe speech? Let's zoom out and look at the big picture with our main root family map. I want you to picture a giant, magical world tree. The trunk of this tree is the root locus, planted firmly in the idea of place. From this trunk grow major branches: local, locate, location, locale, locality, locator, relocate, dislocate, allocate, allocation, locus, and loci. And these branches reach high into the sky, blooming into all sorts of various academic areas: geography, medicine, biology, genetics, mathematics, architecture, computer science, and law. The big picture is wonderfully simple. Every single branch on this massive tree grows from one central idea: place. Let's harvest some of those branches and break down the first 5 most important locus words every student absolutely must know. Number 1 is local, pronounced local. Picture a friendly neighborhood. It breaks down into loc plus al, giving it the literal meaning of relating to a place. In modern usage, it means nearby or belonging to a particular area. For example, we buy vegetables from the local market.
Quick tip though, do not confuse local with locale. Number 2 is locale, pronounced locale. Imagine a beautiful, quiet mountain village. Breaking down into loc plus ale, its literal meaning is simply a place. The modern meaning refers to a particular setting or environment, often focusing on the atmosphere, like the novel is set in a beautiful mountain locale. Number 3 is locate, pronounced locate. Comprised of loc plus ate, it literally means to place or find a place. Today, it means to discover where something is, as in, detectives located the missing painting. Number 4 is location, pronounced location. Literally meaning a place, it now refers to where something exists. For example, the school changed its location. And number 5 is locality, pronounced locality. It literally means a particular place, and modernized, it represents a neighborhood or region. For example, many birds nest in this locality. Moving right along to the next 5 essential words. Number 6 is locator, pronounced locator. Its literal meaning is one that finds a place, and today we use it to describe a device or person that finds locations. Imagine a robot scholar using a GPS. The example is, the GPS locator helped us. Number 7 is locus, pronounced locus. Literally meaning place, its modern meaning focuses on a specific position or location, heavily used in genetics and mathematics. Imagine scientists in a lab. For example, scientists identified the gene's locus on chromosome 7. Number 8 is loci, pronounced loci. The literal meaning is places, and the modern meaning is multiple positions. Example, several loci were studied during the genetics experiment. Number 9 is allocate, pronounced allocate. Breaking down into al plus loc plus ate, it literally means to assign to a place. The modern meaning is to distribute for a particular purpose, as in, the school allocated funds for new books. And finally, number 10 is allocation, pronounced allocation. It literally means placing resources appropriately and is used today to describe the distribution of money, time, or resources. Example, budget allocation requires careful planning. Now let's see this in action with prefix power. Prefixes attach to the front of a word and transform the meaning of locus words, while still magically preserving that central idea of place. Let's go through them. For instance, the prefix a or ad means toward. When added to our root, we get allocate. The literal meaning is place toward, and the modern meaning is to assign or distribute. The prefix re means again, giving us relocate, literal meaning place again, modern meaning move to a new location. The prefix dis means apart, which gives us dislocate, literal meaning place apart, modern meaning move out of normal position. The prefix co or call means together, creating the word collocate, literal meaning place together, modern meaning position together. Finally, the prefix trans means across, bringing us to translocate, literal meaning place across, modern meaning move from one place to another. Okay, I want to give you a foolproof 5-step prefix detective strategy. Whenever you encounter a completely new LOC word out in the wild, just follow these exact steps. Step 1, find the prefix at the beginning of the word. Step 2, find the root, in our case, LOC, which means place. Step 3, identify the suffix at the end of the word. Step 4, combine these parts to build the literal meaning. And Step 5, use that literal meaning to logically determine the modern meaning. I promise you, if you follow this strategy, no word can intimidate you. Wow, what an incredible journey through this atlas today. Let's do a swift final review of everything you've unlocked in part 1. You have learned the ultimate formula, locus equals place. You've traced the history of the Latin root all the way from ancient Rome to modern English. You've discovered its major variants and exposed its hidden relatives. You mapped out the main word family tree, mastered 10 essential locus words inside and out, and finally, you learned how prefixes use prefix power to modify a word's meaning while always preserving that core concept of place. You have unlocked a massive amount of knowledge today. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with the champion's motto. Burn this into your memory. When you see locus, think place. Ask yourself, what place, position, or location is this word describing? If you do this, you will decode the English language like a true master. But ask yourself this, if locus governs the places on our maps, what hidden roots are governing the way we think, feel, and speak every single day? In part 2, we'll build on this sturdy foundation by mastering morphology, word analysis, academic vocabulary, etymology pathways, spelling patterns, and even more advanced words. Until then, keep exploring, keep mapping out your vocabulary, and I'll see you in the next explainer.